and make this council meeting, that way
Yeah.
we brought it up now, but
I tend to agree with Amy. I would like a friendly reminder that the cleanup day is on this date. You know, not a, you have to do it or else.
You know, and then maybe we can
You
say,
can even say that the city is gonna go back and we'll be coming through to
yeah,
do an inspection, even though you guys did it already, but you
Yeah.
can say
Yeah.
the city's gonna come back after the cleanup day to do final, do some inspections, and this would be a good time for you to get rid of it. That would make sense.
yeah, it would. And maybe, you know, politely point out some of the things you're
Right.
concerned
Yeah, I
with,
think you
but
should.
not have the negative
Yeah.
aspect.
exactly. I agree.
I know it's gonna be a lot of work for leasing, we had talked about this beforehand, but I think if you can point out the ones that you think things may be and help out on that, just where there's not 80 of them,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
so, alright.
no doubt.
Then, you know, maybe there's a way we can put on there, if they need assistance, you know, I myself would be willing to help with anything. Just especially for some of our elderly that, you know, there's things we could do to try to help them.
Or we can pick it up on cleanup day for them.
Yeah,
Put it up
yeah.
and
We know it's okay to take the stuff.
Have it all.
And if you guys don't mind, if you wanted to bounce the letter by me, I would definitely give you my point of view if it's a little too harsh or find ways to soften it. Okay.
Do we don't really need, do we need to approve the list or just kinda wait? Do we just do this?
That's up to you.
What do you guys think?
And it's nothing super official at this point.
Unless
How
our-
about we just say that per the news list we got, we're gonna start sending letters out? And leave it vague.
Reminder letters of
Reminder of
our
the
cleanup days
Yeah,
coming up.
that sounds good. Somebody wanna make a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Carlson, looking for a second.
I would second that.
Second by Hutchinson. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Now, we don't really have anything we can do with, condition like,
Buildings.
buildings and stuff, do we? Lacey, do we have that option anymore to, at one time we had done some, not really funding, but we had some program to help people improve their homes?
There are several programs through the state that they can look into, or we can hold a seminar. We could invite somebody from the state at some point to have a meeting.
It would be
with
nice even if they
people.
could just send a letter to us maybe, or just so we know how many it's gonna be, or if they're even, because they may not even want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
What-
know, or like, say somebody that really needs some work done, like there's some siding and there's another one that really needs some painting maybe. I mean, if we're gonna offer some programs, it'd be nice to know if they're even gonna willing to want them before we dig into programs,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you know?
Yeah.
If they would be open to it, we could send something back, kinda like the animal thing, tell them how many animals they have, you know, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I can do a little research on some possible opportunities for funding. Because I think a lot of them are either forgivable loans or very low interest loans, and some might be matching. I'm not 100% sure what's available right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm concerned telling the residents they have to fix up their properties, and, you know, not everybody financially can do that, so if we can give them some options or some ideas even to help, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's totally true. They may not financially be able to do it. Like this one looks like it's got a new door, but it doesn't have anything else.
But I suppose we can always address that after the
Yeah,
cleanup and all that kind of stuff.
let's get the cleanup done and we'll deal with this. All right, do you have anything more?
Nope,
Okay.
sorry about that.
Nope, that's okay. Bruce, do you have anything more?
No, I don't.
Okay, any comments for Bruce, anybody? Department? All right, then we go to Lacey Schmidt, Administrative Department.
Okay, page 46 is the water usage report. You can see we are doing much better this year than the past. Some of the fixes we found, plus the water leak being fixed, and I think the report looks pretty good at this point. Any questions about that? Okay. Just an update on the water and sewer rates, structure, and the ordinances to go with. Be sending the water ordinance over to the attorney tomorrow. Bruce and I still have to go over the sewer ordinance and finalize, some recommendations on that will also be sent over to them. We're still hoping to have everything back in enough time for final approval at the May council meeting, going into effect, in June. Any questions on that? No? Okay. And an update, the citywide garage sale, the city will be holding a sale this year. It'll be on that Friday, I believe it's May 3rd, from 9 to 3:30. I will be there working that. I don't know how many staff we really need there. I don't know if any of the council has any input on that, if you've ever had one of the garage sales. I don't know.
We normally have one every year, but I mean, I don't know how much stuff you have. Is that a lot of stuff? Bruce?
Bruce? I mean, I think we've got quite a bit of stuff.
Bruce is a fan.
Because I mean, really, you and Brian can get it out and line it up, right?
Yep, and Darcy's gonna help start bringing some of the office stuff over too at some point here, the next couple weeks.
Yeah, there's a fair amount building up over
I think you just use whatever staff you have and, you know, if whatever you need, you need. If you don't, you can go back to work.
What hours is it gonna run?
9 to 3:30.
Actually, I don't think you need more than one person to actually sit there during the day.
Once it's all set up, yeah.
Yeah, once it's set up, I mean,
Okay.
you're gonna need several to get it set up, but one person, and then don't leave the same person sit there all day, have a relief if you can rotate.
My only thought about that is if we have the authority to like barter, you know how people are at garage sales.
I'd say common sense, honestly.
So,
You know, if you have something for $5, somebody's willing to give you 3 and you want it out of there, I'm okay with that.
yeah,
You, Pat?
Yep.
You wanna sell it.
Well, that's just it.
yeah. And yeah, I can take care of that aspect of it, so. Staples Motley Community Foundation grant, we talked about it last meeting. I think Brad came up sort of empty with the fire department sign, getting repaired. Bruce also mentioned that this street will need to be done within the next few years. Don't have a great plan on when, but relatively soon, in that it might be a better time to wait until that street gets repaired and the parking lot and stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to change some, or address the drainage and the angle of the parking area and all that kind of stuff. So if we're gonna rebuild it, we might wanna see what the grand scheme is before we go into a huge reconstruction of it.
Before we spend the money. So then, did you get numbers on?
I did get materials on the site, on the tennis court lighting. Right now, the preliminary ones are about $5,000. I think we can get it better locally here, but I haven't got any firm numbers from him yet. He keeps telling me about stuff he's got that might work good.
Oh, okay.
But,
So if we want to, that's a $2,000 matching grant, so we could apply for that. If you guys want to approve spending the money, if we get the grant, or if you want to spend the money out of your budget, I don't know.
well, it'd be nice to get the lighting in there before next season. Get some old poles. And we don't have to string quite so many extension cords around it. It kind of looks ridiculous around there at times.
Sounds like we need them.
It would be.
When you start talking about stringing extension cords around the outside
Well,
tennis court,
We
yeah.
got portable, work lights we're hanging off the
Yeah.
side of the fence. We're stringing extension cords all the way around the perimeter, and then with the stuff he did this year with the net lighting and the other stuff, I mean, you gotta get cords to
Yeah.
everything, so if we got some closer points, it would be nice to.
Right.
And the total cost for this would be about $5,000.
No, not the total, but that's a good, that's the materials.
That's the materials.
Yeah.
The grant is only for 2,000, we'd match it would be 4, so.
City would be
So,
So we-
3,000 plus labor, I guess.
yeah.
The materials are 5.
We did bury a conduit before we did some of the other work, so it's kind of, it's close. gonna minimize the cost a little bit.
But this is not something that had to be done, I mean, if we don't have, if you wanted to just spend the $4,000, you could, and then add on as we go, right?
Yeah, we can buy the materials and,
Right.
have them ready to go in place.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if the grant requirements would allow that, but
Okay,
I'm not 100% sure. We might have to finalize the project.
okay.
I'm not, would have to look at that.
Figure out how we write it up, so.
Well, either way, I think we should apply for it, we decide that later.
I think so.
You guys fine applying for that
Right.
project?
Yeah, I think we should.
I'll
Okay.
make that one. Do we need a motion?
Sure.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Carlson, looking for a second.
Go ahead.
I'll second that.
Amy seconds that one. All in favor, any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, motion carries.
And then just wanted to bring you guys into the loop. Earlier, or I guess, in March, I attended a webinar on a childcare grant opportunity, addressing the childcare shortage in central Minnesota. I got together with the city of Staples, CLC, the school district, and Sourcewell. I think that was everybody. And we sort of formed a small task force. We put together a grant application. We found out last week that we got the grant, which is basically, the grant is to develop a plan to address the childcare shortage. So it's really more coming up with what are our options, or is there somewhere we can put a daycare center? Is there a pod model, which is you have a communal area and then you have separate daycare providers in like different classrooms or rooms in a building. So just wanted to give you guys an update that we have that. I will be part of that. We'll also be looking for more members as time goes on to give their input and getting some community input on that as well. We did get support from, Maury's and Trident, the school district, Mayor Yoder, Region 5 got us a letter. So some of the big employers in the area. And then on the Staples side, they took care of that. So if anybody is really interested in being involved, let me know. So we'll be looking for people.
It'd be nice if some of us were. I mean, I thought about it and I may still, but, I mean, I wanna leave it open for you guys if one of you guys, you'd be good at it. I mean,
Yeah, I can take a look at it. I don't wanna overcommit and not
Right.
do it justice.
And I don't know what
you
the commitment is at this point, but when I
Yeah.
do, I'll let everybody know and sort of see.
Or Patty, I mean,
where
you've
it
got a lot
goes.
of time on your hands.
Yeah, I got a lot of time.
So just wanted to give you an update if I'm at a meeting for that. That's
Right.
what it's all about. And then on page 47, you have the upcoming trainings and conference opportunities. I think I forgot to put it on here. Pat, you signed up for the Bridging Divides, right? Or did you?
Right, May 8th.
Okay, so yeah, I already signed you up. They had this, I'm guessing it's pretty much the same training at the conference I was at 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was really informative, it was really good. So if anybody's able to go to that with Pat.
I like the price on it.
Yes, the price is good. And it includes lunch, so can't beat that.
That one includes lunch?
Yes, I believe so. 10 to 3:30, so I assume so.
I thought they said it didn't, but
Oh, maybe
that's
not.
okay, I'll take it if
Maybe
they
not.
do. I'll go prepared.
The Sourcewell Innovation Funding Review Day is on the 22nd. If anybody wants to go to that, I'll be attending again. That's, we get a $500 rebate generally if we have somebody attend. So I go there, I pick up our Sourcewell rebate check for the year and earn us another $500 and you vote on the funding projects.
We went to that one last year, didn't we?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
you came with me to
Yeah,
that
'cause
last
I'd like to go to it, but I can't commit yet.
Okay,
I have to see where my calendar goes.
okay. Sounds good. And then the Economic Development Series, Pat is going to, I was originally going to the first one, it was rescheduled, and now that's during the League of Minnesota Cities Conference, so I won't be able to attend, but Pat is signed up. If anybody else wants to go, let me know. Mayor's Association, I think Al is still considering that. And then the League of Minnesota Cities Conference, that's open to staff and council, if anybody else wants to join. I will be heading there.
Where was that? Oh, never mind.
That's in Duluth.
I just saw
Yep,
it.
yep. And the league is paying for my registration, so. So let me know if you're interested in signing up for anything. And I think that's all I have.
All right, any comments or concerns for Lacey? All right, old business, May council meeting date.
That's basically just to
We
let
changed
everybody
it
know.
Back
Has
to
to come
Monday,
back,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
So unfortunately, I will not be able to attend. Sorry.
at least you made this one. So that date's gonna be on, we have planned on, it's on the regular time.
Let's see, it'll be the 13th.
13th. Right, Lacey?
Correct.
Okay. New business. We have ordinance 185, an ordinance amendment of land use, subdivision ordinance requiring standards for keeping of animals, page 47 and 51 through 51. I think we've all worked on this, we know what it's about. So if somebody wants to make a motion on this to approve it,
I will make the motion that we accept ordinance 185.
okay. Hutchinson made a motion, looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Second by O'Regan. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next ordinance is 186, which is an ordinance for amending the official zoning map.
I would make a motion to approve that.
That's page 52 to 53, and O'Regan made a motion. Looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Carlson. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next ordinance is 187, which is an ordinance amendment to the procedures of enforcing administrative offenses. That's 55 and 60.
I will make the motion that we accept that ordinance number 187.
Okay, motion made by Hutchinson, looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Carlson. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Resolution 2019-40 requesting comprehensive road and transit funding, page 61 to 62.
Can I,
Go ahead, Lacey.
really quick, going back to ordinance 187. Sorry, there were a couple of points we needed to address. On page page 58. So this ordinance is written that the hearing officers will be attorneys. There's a comment, I said, our current ordinance states that it will be a hearing officer appointed by the council. The attorney has her comments in right there. She recommends we go with having an attorney be the person to do it. The costs of that hearing are borne by the prevailing party. So if it goes to a hearing and the city wins and says the attorney says, no, you're in violation, you need to do it, then that person has to pay the cost of that hearing. If we lose, the city has to do it, or has to pay for it. That is something, she says, the last line, I've never had anyone other than an attorney serve as a hearing officer. So I wanted to point that out to you guys, if you want to leave it this way or not.
Didn't we pick somebody for this before?
That was for the traffic violations.
Oh, okay, I was thinking it was the same one. So this is a separate person they want doing this? Well, and preferably an attorney, is what
It
they're
would
saying?
probably also end up in, well, this does not address the traffic citations. So it would be if there were zoning violations or nuisance violations that we wrote administrative tickets for. And again, this is something where if somebody said, I want a hearing on it, I don't agree with it, I provide them with a cost estimate. So they see, you know, the attorney charges whatever amount it might be. Would you like to go forward with the hearing knowing that you might be paying for this?
Yeah.
I'm guessing most people are gonna say, oh, I'll pay your $50 fine instead, but that's, you know,
What would be the procedure for selecting an attorney, or do we have one, just select an attorney and that would be the one who would hear all of them?
That would, I'm trying to remember what she said. Pretty sure she said that's something I could contact them and they would recommend an attorney for it. And then we could get their hourly rates and then go from there for the estimates.
Okay.
We don't have to have somebody's name in here or anything like that. Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about it now, just if an
Correct.
issue arises?
Correct.
So we would need to amend the ordinance that we just adopted to add this.
Nope, if you want it with an attorney, you can leave it the way you just approved it. If you wanna switch it back, we would have to amend the motion you guys just made. Sorry I didn't catch it while you were doing
No, I
that.
actually caught it, I'm not sure why I didn't catch it on here when we went through it, I seen it.
Yeah, I just assumed it was
I would
same
make a
as the
motion
traffic.
about it, you know, you can get an attorney, but, you know, it could end up costing us money.
I mean, theoretically, you would only choose to move forward on cases like that if you were pretty
Sure.
confident the city was in the right position, you know, I mean, that's something we can get an attorney's opinion on before it ever gets that
Well, I would
far.
hope that before, you know, we would feel that way before we even violate them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? So we'd know that it's a violation.
I would leave it like it is myself.
We can try, we can always amend it if it's
Yeah.
costing us and not working out well,
and I mean, hopefully we won't get to that point.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
the ordinance allows us to put violation fees on property taxes, so I think that for most people is enough to come into compliance. The other comment she had is, down at the bottom of that same page. Their decision can be final, or that attorney could provide a recommendation to the council. And then the council could make the final decision. It's written that the attorneys say is final, not that it comes back to the council, but you guys could retain that authority if you wanted to.
And I think that too, just leave it the way it is.
I agree,
Doesn't
yeah.
Get our hands off of it.
Yeah. Keep us out of
And
it.
we just see what happens, we can just try it, we can always
Okay.
change that.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that.
Okay. Okay, where are we at?
Lacey, did we do, was that resolution, right? When you-
Yep, you're on
Resolution
D, 2019-7.
Comprehensive road and transit funding, what is, Lacey, what is that about?
So there's a bill up in the state legislature this year, and they're looking, the league put out a memo saying they need support. They're looking to increase funding for city for city road projects. So this is basically just saying, state legislators, please vote to increase funding for this projects that hopefully, if we do, we would get some money out of it.
We're supporting the league's position on this is what we're doing.
Correct. If you approve this resolution and we send it to them,
Okay.
yes.
Somebody wanna make a motion
I'll make that motion
to approve or deny?
to approve it.
Okay. Pat O'Regan made a motion, looking for a second. You do a second?
Not to get all political, but does this, I'm curious, do you know more of a background on this? I mean, does that are they trying to get the governor to, is this part of our governor's hikes that they're promoting?
I can read you. The league is urging city councils to adopt a resolution calling for the legislature to pass and Governor Tim Walz to sign a permanent increase in dedicated funding for state and local road, bridge, and transit systems in greater Minnesota and the metropolitan area. The league's sample resolution supports funding for all parts of the state's transportation system, but specifically requests an omnibus transportation funding bill that provides additional dedicated state funding for city streets, including funding that can be used for non-municipal state aid city street maintenance, construction, and reconstruction.
I think it's a good idea. Basically, they're fighting him, saying, hey, we want money dedicated.
So
We've
they're
never had no
trying
money
to delegate
dedicated.
it back to the small communities.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be
House
okay
state.
seconding that.
Okay, Hutchinson
Yep.
seconded.
Thank you, Lacey, sorry.
No, that's.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, resolution 19-8, supporting application of Sortwell Initiative funding, page 63.
And this is the same resolution you guys supported last year. City of Pillager is looking to purchase dewatering equipment that would be available for other communities to use, including us, if we needed to. They didn't get a grant last year, so they're applying again this year.
I don't know if we need that, honestly. Bruce, do you have any spots that we need water? I mean, I know it was high this year, but really nothing that we need pump water, do we?
It's more for water main breaks and things like that, to get the area dried out, but most of the time they're kind of a emergency type of thing, and then, you know, there might have been times it might have been helpful to try, but we've never used it in the past. On the big street projects and stuff, they do dewatering when they're gonna be digging up a distance where they know they're gonna be in the water table, but
Right. But we couldn't use that for this then, could we? If it was a big street project, that's the project.
I don't think, no.
The project contractor does that.
Yeah, this would be more, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe if we had to go hook up a sewer connection or something that was 15 feet down,
Right.
you know, you could dewater ahead of time if you knew it was coming up. And I'm kinda torn on that one, I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's
Yeah,
just-
if I understand it, this doesn't commit us to doing anything.
No.
It just, we're supporting them getting the approval from Sourcewell to get the grant. I think that's what it is. Am I correct on that? Because I remember from last year that that's what it was when we went over there.
Yep, the more support they have, the better possibility they have of actually getting the grant. So,
Okay. So it's not, it won't be a bad thing even if we do approve it. It's basically, saying we
Yeah,
support it.
we're just supporting them getting the grant to
Okay.
do this.
I would make a motion that we accept this resolution.
Okay, motion made by Hutchinson, looking for a second.
I'd second it.
Seconded by Reagan. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next one's resolution 2019-9, authoritying the write-off of an uncollectible water and sewer utilities. Page 64 and 65. I think we talked about that once before. I don't remember when it was the last meeting, or was it at a workshop? It was two. so-
I just realized that amend the title of the resolution to include refuse charges, and that those amounts on Exhibit A include that as well.
Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to approve to, that resolution and add the, refuge included.
I will make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Carlson, looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Second by Reagan. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, next one is resolution 2019-10, requesting designation of the NCEDA as a local development organization, which is North Central Economical Development Association, basically Region 5. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. So, we'll do that one first and then we'll just go down the line, 'cause these all have to be separate, right, Lacy?
Correct.
So, I'm looking for, and that's that money, the revolving loan money.
Yep.
Or no, we're, make them a physical or development organization, right?
Yep, this tells the state, we want you to authorize NCDA as the local development organization.
Right. So I'm looking for a motion to approve that.
I would make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Hutchinson, looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Second by Carlson. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion approved. The next one is LDO designation request balance transfer 67 and 69.
So this is just another form they have to send into the state. Assuming you approve, I will be signing that.
All right. Looking for a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Carlson, looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Second by Reagan. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Second one is agreement between the city of Motley and NCEDA, page 70 and 71. That agreement is basically them being the
Yep, it just sort of outlines the agreement that we'll have with them
Correct.
once we transfer the money to them, sort of what their responsibilities are, what our responsibilities are. It also includes the fact that we are agreeing to pay them $5,000 for the administration of the fund. That we will be transferring the $177,901.89 to them. If we get any other outstanding payments, those settlement agreements, if those come through at some point, which I haven't heard anything on them at all, but if we get additional payments, that will also go to them. They've agreed to help with any reporting requirements that need to still be done. They've stated they will help me do that.
And Lacey, I know it says here, but just to clarify.
Yep.
So it goes to the 5-county region, but we do get priority focus for the city of Motley, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we don't need to put that in the motion, we already have it on paper?
Correct.
Just
And
have to
we
approve
do have, I think I sent it to Al, I forwarded on. We have the minutes from, or maybe I have it here, the minutes from the, their board meeting. Oh yeah, I have it here. Give me 1 second, quick. There was a motion to take direction from City of Motley as to the preferred